Amaka had given up on love. After years of heartbreak, betrayal, and promises that dissolved like smoke in the air, she had built a wall around her heart. She buried herself in her work and told herself that love was a luxury she could live without. Her friends joked that she was married to her job, but deep down, she carried an ache, the desire to be truly seen, truly loved, have a family, her own man, and little ones she could call hers. Her last heartbreak was a disaster, and if one was in her shoes, one could have sworn never to be in any relationship again. But we all have our heart desires in life. And for Amaka, despite all she has gone through in the hands of men, having her own true love and her own family was one of her greatest dreams in life. On a bright Monday morning, she reported for duty at her new office space in Marina, Lagos. The skyscraper stood proud against the sky. The lagoon breeze carried the mixed scent of roasted corns and exhaust fumes, and the energy of the city was alive in every honk, every shout, every rush. Marina Lagos was known for its mixtures of local and corporate life, as it is close to the main popular Eko Idumota market in Lagos. Amaka straightened her blazer and stepped into the glass building that would change her life. Inside, the office floor buzzed with life. Young men and women typing furiously, answering phones, rushing to meetings. That was where she first saw him. Cheek, tall, neatly dressed, calm, but commanding, with an aura that silenced the chaos around him. He wasn't just handsome. There was something about his presence, a steadiness, as though life storms had tried to break him, but failed. What Amaka did not know was that Chike took carried scars. Years ago, he had loved deeply and been left shattered. The betrayal had taught him to guard his heart fiercely. Like Amaka, he had decided that love was too dangerous, too costly, too painful to risk again. Yet destiny does not always ask for our permission. Both of them has decided to just be on their own, even though deep down in their heart they wish for the beautiful things of life, which include having a great and loving partner to spend life with. The human resource manager introduced Amaka to the rest of the employees in the company. And the following day, Amaka and Chike met official one on one. Their first conversation was about work, a project deadline, then another about traffic in Lagos, then another about music. Day by day, their laughter grew longer, their silences more comfortable. Coffee breaks stretched into long conversations. They go for lunch at the company's cafeteria together, and even the noisy Marina streets seemed quieter when they walked side by side. There was something for them to always talk about, and so their bond keeps getting stronger. Love crept in quietly, without announcement, without notice or warning. One rainy Friday evening, as they stood together on the office balcony overlooking the lagoon, Chike spoke. His voice was steady, but his eyes betrayed his vulnerability. Amaka, I don't know how this happened, but you are the peace I've been searching for. She felt her throat tighten, her eyes mist. And you, she whispered, are the second chance I never thought I would get. It felt like a dream. Two broken hearts finding healing in each other. But in Nigeria, love is never just about two people. Families are always part of the story. So two of them decided to let their family know about their newfound love in which they have found in each other. When Chike introduced Amaka to his family with happiness and joy, he explained to his family how they met and how their love has grown from time to time. Amaka was asked to introduce herself and where she hailed from. She was smiling stylishly and gave her responses to all their questions. At the mention of her family name and where she came from, their smiles froze. There was tension, unspoken but heavy in the air. Everyone was surprised and amazed that Chiki could bring such a woman to the family. Amaka noticed, but pretended not to understand the look on everyone's face. She managed to stay for lunch and left for her place. Later that night, Chick's father called him aside. Son, that girl's family, do you know who they are? He asked him. Years ago, their people cheated us in a land dispute. They dragged our name in the mud. We swore never to have anything to do with them again. Amaka's family was no different. When she got home, she explained to her mother that she has gone to visit her man's family, and the reaction she got was not palatable. She mentioned Chike and his family name, and immediately her mother's face darkened. That family, she said sharply, after everything they did to us, over my dead body, will you marry their son Amaka? Was in awe and too shocked to speak. Her mother's range confirming her fear made her too stunned to speak. Amaka and Chiki meet to discuss the reality of what is going on between other families. The lovers were stunned. They couldn't say much to each other, and they both left the restaurant and they were heartbroken, both hoping for a miracle to happen. They hadn't asked for this history. They hadn't fought in those battles. Yet here they were, caught in the shadows of wounds they did not cause and getting paid for the debt they did not owe. From then, their love became a battlefield. Meetings with parents ended in shouting matches. Relatives accused, compared, cursed. Old grudges rose like ghosts. Both families commanded them to end the relationship. Amaka wept bitterly. Chiki fought. They both prayed. Lagos nights saw them whispering into phones with breaking voices. Workdays became harder, but their eyes always found each other across the office floor, clinging to hope. They refused to let go, but pressure mounted. Friends advised them to walk away.
There are other people, they said. Love is not worthy losing family. Yet, Hamaka and Chicken knew this was not ordinary love. This was healing love, the kind that comes once in a lifetime. And so they decided to fight for their love, their joy, and their happiness. One evening, Amaka stood before her mother, tears in her eyes. Mama, I have suffered heartbreak before, but this man has brought me peace. Why should the pain of the past destroy my chance at joy? Her mother's eyes softened, but her pride held her tongue. Back at Chike's house, he too confronted his father. He taught me to fight for what matters. This woman matters. Why should I inherit a war that was never mine? But his father's pride was deep, his heart hardened by old pain. Week turns into months of battles. The families clashed, refusing to bend. And yet, the persistence of the two lovers began to chip away at the walls of hatred. It was Amaka's grandmother, frail but wise, who finally spoke the word that changed everything. At a heated family gathering, she raised her voice. Must the sins of yesterday kill the joy of today? If these children have found love, let them have it. Do not let bitterness steal their future. Her words broke the silence. For the first time, both families began to see beyond their pride. Slowly, meetings turned from shouting to listening. Apologies long buried were spoken. Tears flowed. Wounds that had festered for decades began to finally heal. At last, Both families gave their blessings. What once seems impossible became a miracle. The wedding was a celebration like no other. Lagos was alive with joy that day. At a beautiful church in Ikoyi, Amaka walked down the aisle in flowing white lace. Her eyes locked on Chike's. He stood waiting, heart pounding, tears threatening to fall. Their village, their families, even their friends now sat by his side. Mothers who once swore never to meet now embraced. Fathers who once carried grudges now laugh together. Love had rewritten their history. When the pastor declared them husband and wife, the cheers filled the air. It wasn't just a wedding, it was a redemption. As the sun set over Lagos, Hamaka and Chike danced, surrounded by families, friends, and the sound of drums and laughter. Their journey had been long filled with tears and battles, but their love had triumphed. And so, their story became a lesson that love is not just about romance, but being healing. That true love is not found in perfection, but in persistence. That sometimes love asks us not to just heal ourselves, but to heal generations. In the end, Hamaka and Chike prove something eternal. Love can heal, love can unite, and love, when fought for, can rewrite even the darkest parts. Kindly subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, tell us what you think about this story. Thank you.